The Avatar Clone Registry, ACR, DOI 10.52811/Zenodo.17736.916. My name is John Swygert. I am a scientist, a researcher, and an author, and I am the author of the Swygert theory of everything AO. Today, I want to talk to you about one of the most important systems ever proposed for protecting human identity in the era of synthetic media, the Avatar Clone Registry, or ACR. If you're watching this, you already know the world has changed. I can now recreate your face, your voice, your mannerisms, and your behavior with frightening accuracy. Not in the future, right now. We have reached the point where any system can generate a fake version of you that your friends, your family, your employer, or even a court might believe. This isn't science fiction anymore, this is the new reality. And unless we act, identity itself becomes undefendable. That is why I wrote the paper anchored at DOI 10.52811/Zenodo.17736.916, defining the world's first true global identity standard for the AI era. It is called the Avatar Clone Registry, and it is specifically engineered to protect your biological identity, your face, your voice, your movement, your emotional cadence, your cognitive style, from unauthorized duplication. The ACR is a universal, platform-agnostic, cryptographically verifiable identity system. It is not owned by a corporation. It is not controlled by a government. It is not tied to any technology vendor. It is like DNS, HTTPS, or ISBN, a global public standard built to last. Let's begin with the core problem. AI can mimic your face geometry, your micro-expressions, your unique harmonic voice spectrum, your linguistic fingerprint, your emotional tone, and even your reasoning cadence. These are the fundamental building blocks of biological identity. They used to belong only to you. Now they can be stolen and reproduced without your consent. This leads to real, immediate dangers. Fake political endorsements, deepfake pornography, fraudulent future messages, identity theft phone calls, using your cloned voice synthetic videos of you committing crimes, false confessions, targeted manipulation of children using a parent's voice court evidence, contamination reputation, destruction in seconds. We need a global shield. We need an identity lock. We need an authentication framework that works everywhere. That's what the ACR delivers. The Avatar Clone Registry gives each human being exactly one canonical avatar identity, permanently anchored through a DOI, again, 10.5281/Zenodo.17736.916, and sealed with cryptographic signatures. This identity record contains what I call the Clone Specification Packet, or CSP. This packet is the authoritative blueprint of who you are in the digital world. It includes biological identity components, facial structure, expression pattern matrices, skeletal and gesture signatures, harmonic voice fingerprints, vowel and consonant spectral profiles, micro-gesture patterns, cognitive identity components, narrative rhythm, reasoning patterns, linguistic construction style, emphasis structures, behavioral identity components, emotional cadence, rhetorical pacing, decision pattern fingerprints. And finally, cryptographic data, CSP hash, digital signatures, version log, revocation permissions. Once your CSP is registered and cryptographically anchored, it becomes the global reference point for every AI system. Any avatar that claims to be you must match the CSP. If it does, it receives an ACR blue check, a cryptographic identity seal. If it doesn't, it is classified as an unauthorized synthetic representation. And that classification matters, because the ACR proposes an international legal framework built around the concept of USR, unauthorized synthetic representation. So courts, platforms, and governments can enforce identity rights. This allows criminal charges, civil damages, extradition for identity abuse, platform-level takedown obligations, copyright-style protection for human likeness. For the first time, your identity becomes legally and cryptographically defensible. Now, let's talk about verification. All AI platforms, video systems, digital worlds, voice generators, agents, assistants can query the ACR's DOI. They retrieve the CSP, validate the cryptographic signature, check the integrity hash, and instantly determine whether a digital avatar is authorized. If it passes the test, ACR blue check. If not, reject it as synthetic. This system restores authenticity to the digital world. It eliminates deepfake legitimacy. It ensures that if something looks like you, sounds like you, or behaves like you, then it must be verifiably you. Let me make something clear. The ACR is not surveillance. It is self-ownership. It is a shield that lets you control your likeness. It is a lock that prevents fraudulent replication. It is a guarantee that your biological identity cannot be hijacked. The enrollment process is simple. Capture biological and behavioral identity metrics. Generate your cryptographic key pair. Construct your CSP. Publish the DOI-anchored ACR entry. Begin version tracking and update policies. This becomes your digital identity passport, your forever record, your proof of authenticity. Now imagine a future where every AI system checks ACR by default. Videos become trustworthy again. Voice calls become reliable. Digital evidence regains integrity. Children are protected. Adults are protected. Society is protected. Identity returns to being real. This is why the Avatar Clone Registry is essential, not optional. Without it, deepfakes overwhelm truth. With it, truth becomes cryptographically enforceable. The ACR is designed for all platforms, all nations, all systems, all future technologies. It is permanent, neutral, global, and anchored in the same scientific foundation as the Swygert theory of everything AO, where identity itself is treated as structured, measurable information within an encoded equilibrium substrate. Human identity deserves protection. The ACR provides that protection. And this work, this architecture, this system, this global standard, begins right now with DOI 10.5 281/Zenodo.177369116.